They said he was born into danger, but they never expected he'd become its legend. This is the rise and fall of King Von. Southside Chicago Parkway Gardens. Locals call it O Block, one of the most feared and misunderstood neighborhoods in America. SFX. Distant sirens, cold wind, echoes of basketball on concrete. On August 9, 1994, Davon Daquan Bennett was born into a world where survival wasn't a choice. It was a requirement. His father wasn't there. Street wars were everywhere, and every day the line between childhood and danger blurred. By his teens, Von wasn't just watching the streets, he was navigating them. Friends turned into enemies. Nights turned into battles. Every step outside carried a price. But Von had something others didn't: a sharp mind, a storyteller's memory, and a fearless heart. Von's early years were filled with arrests, courtrooms, and moments that pushed him toward a destiny no one saw coming. But in a jail cell, surrounded by concrete and steel, Von discovered his real weapon, his voice. He wrote stories. He wrote truths. He wrote pain. He didn't know it yet, but those stories would soon echo across the world. After his release, a chance encounter changed everything. Lil Durk, already rising in Chicago's drill scene, saw something rare in Von. He didn't see a street kid. He saw a storyteller ready for a bigger stage. Durk signed him to OTF, and for the first time, Von wasn't fighting alone. In 2018, Crazy Story dropped, and overnight, the world discovered King Von. His flow was sharp. His delivery was cold. His storytelling felt like a movie. He brought listeners to the streets he survived, and the world couldn't look away. Albums, videos, millions of views. Von didn't just rap, he painted scenes. Every song felt like a chapter. Every bar felt like truth. He rose fast. Too Fast, November 6th, 2020. The night that changed everything. Outside a lounge in Atlanta, a sudden confrontation, a gun, and seconds that would echo forever. In the chaos, Von was struck. Friends carried him to a hospital, but the world lost him before sunrise. King Von was only 26, but in those 26 years, he lived 100 lives. He left behind music that continued to rise even after he was gone. He left behind stories fans still replay today, and he left behind a city that still speaks his name. Some say he was a product of his environment. Others say he was born to rewrite its story. But one thing is certain: King Von didn't just survive the streets, he became its legend. Freedom changes a man, but returning home changes him even more. King Von walked out of Cook County with nothing but determination in his eyes. The sun hit his face like a spotlight. The world outside, cold, bright, and waiting. He stepped back onto O Block. Same cracked sidewalks, same faces on the corner, but something inside him was different, sharper, focused, hungry. Inside, Lil Durk looked up, the lights reflecting off the platinum plaques on the wall. Durk smirked. "You ready to change your life?" Von didn't speak. He just nodded, slow, steady, like a man who'd already seen too much to be afraid. That day, in a small studio filled with cigarette smoke and neon lights, Von opened a notebook torn from jail and began telling stories the world wasn't ready for as he raps the first lines of a track that would shake the culture. "This story crazy." Durk leans in, eyes wide. Von wasn't just making music, he was painting scenes, battles, losses, betrayals. His words were bullets. His voice was raw steel. The engineer stops the recording and whispers, This is different." Von performing in tiny Chicago clubs, the crowd growing, phones lighting up in every direction, clips of Crazy Story spreading like wildfire, the internet exploding with reactions. His rise wasn't slow, it was a detonation. Every release hit like a documentary, told through rhythm and violence. He rapped like he was standing in front of the world, holding open a book filled with names, places, memories, and scars. Chicago's lights blur past the window. Von stares out quietly. He had fame. He had money, but fame doesn't erase the past. It only shines a brighter light on it. The phone on his lap buzzes, nonstop. Shows, interviews, features, opportunities he once thought impossible. But the shadows behind him, they never stopped walking. Von paces back and forth, headphones on. He raps with a fire that feels like confession and warning at the same time. Durk watches with pride and worry mixed in his eyes. "Durk, bro, just stay focused. Don't let the streets pull you back. But how do you outrun the place that raised you? How do you escape a story that's still being written by enemies still breathing?" King Von wasn't just rising, he was becoming a voice for every block, every struggle, every young life caught between survival and dreams. But with every step towards success, danger moved step for step behind him, and soon his past wouldn't just catch up, it would collide with him. To be continued.